2 of our Impact Media training on church social media strategy. So you are all welcome once again. And by God's grace, our instructor is going to be joining us. Okay, our instructor is going to be joining us shortly. And we he sent a message a few minutes back that he's stuck on traffic. So I'll start the class. Once he sets, we are going to hand over to him. But everything I'm going to be sharing with you is still from what we have been doing, right? You're all welcome. Thank you. So I believe we have our writing materials. That is our normal drill. We suggest that you have your writing materials. And I'll start my class this way. Matthew 28. Okay, I wanted to show you my face. Those that don't know my face. Okay, this is my face. Thank you so much. I'm Mr. Chukwumaike. You are all welcome to class. So in Matthew, in Matthew 60, chapter 28, verse 19, Bible said that we should go and make disciples of all nations, right? Not just one nation. And um, what we are dealing with is social media. I like explaining this thing to my students. When Jesus said, "Go and make disciples of all nations," what this is in the Christian community, this is what we call the Great Commission. The Great Commission, Matthew 28, verse 19. Go and make disciples of all nations. When Jesus said this, he meant where people are located. So it means if people are located on Facebook today, people are there, so we can make disciples from there. And there is something we are trying to correct as media personnel found in church, as gospel media personnel in church. Most people that own channels, most people that create content in the name of their bloggers, church media persons, what they are trying to do is just clickbait. So man of God did this with so man of God. This person did this with so man of God. They are all after the likes, and they are also after the um the views. But the mindset, exactly with what I'm talking about here in Matthew, for those that are joining us, you are welcome. Welcome to class. My name is Chukwumaike. I'm your host. Our instructor will be joining us, Mr. Samson will be joining us shortly. Yes, he sent message before the class started that he has not gotten home, but once he's here, I will surely hand over the class to him. So, I started by explaining to us the Great Commission, Matthew 28, verse 19, where Jesus said we should go and make disciples of all nations. I know if you read down that scripture, you see where Jesus says, start from Jerusalem, go to Judea, go to Samaria, and to the uttermost part of the earth. The uttermost part of the earth um, is where Jesus is talking about, what do they call it now? You can say the uttermost part of the earth is something like um, the whole world. Yes, the whole nations of the world. So, in our own age, which is this present age, before there is something we call the Stone Age, there is the time we call the Industrial Age, and where we are now is the Digital Age. So, there are at every stage in the human culture, in the human excuse me please, in the human culture, in the human evolution, in the human um what do they call it now, in the human age, from age to age there are things that are dominant. And there was a time that what was dominant was people building new companies, people working in factories. But what is dominant now? You can see we are in the time of AI, we are in the time of different. You can see crypto is is here. You can see a whole lot of things. So we are in the digital age. So, how are we going to survive in the digital age as a church? How are we going to fulfill the great commission that Jesus have handed over to us in the church? That's why we have brought this course on social media. And what we are trying to drive is that telling us now that the marketplace where people are also found, where we can also reach out to many persons in this our digital age is also a place we can call the social media. That's why we are talking about this strategy, social media. So social media today is our marketplace. Is one of the places where we can reach people with the gospel. And social media is so powerful that from one point in your church, just once you click the button, go live, or you click the button, post, people from different parts of the nations are going to be connected to your ministry, going to be connected to what you are doing. It can be in a village, it can be in your room, but you are going to be preaching to as many persons as possible. Jesus said, go to different nations of the earth. Social media today is a tool. I want you to get what I'm saying. Social media today is a tool that is enhancing this great commission that Jesus have given us to fulfill. I believe we are okay with what I've been explaining. Then the second thing is what Jesus is telling us to do is a global service to the body, to the nations of the earth. So you have to look beyond your immediate community. You have to look beyond your immediate location. That is what social media is doing. Many persons still just look within the church. And once they look within the church, what happens is that they don't get to fulfill what they ought to do on social media. So there are a whole lot of things. That's why we are bringing strategy. How can we reach out more, right? And part of the things we also achieve is that we build communities beyond um, the church wall. Some persons have done so much beyond their church wall just by making posts of the um, most essential things that can get to many persons. So I'm giving us a rundown before Mr. Samson will come and take over the class. So let me give us a global statistics of what social media looks like today. I believe this can give us a guide and a foundation to what we have been talking about. Presently, Facebook has 3.05 billion monthly active users. That is Facebook, statistically is online. Then YouTube has 2.7 billion monthly active users. Then Instagram has 2.4 billion monthly active users. Then TikTok has 1.7 billion monthly active users. Then for those specifically in Nigeria, Nigerian population that uses social media on a monthly basis, it has been checked that we have about 33 million active social media users in Nigeria. And another fact, I'm giving us facts. Another fact that is very delicate is that every day, average person that uses social media spend minimum time they spend on social media is 2 hours 24 minutes daily on social media. You can attest to this with your own self. The time you take to check your WhatsApp, the time you take to check what is happening. So when we accumulate it in a day, minimum users of social media is is the minimum time we use is 2 hours 24 minutes, right? So I'm going to also talk about some platforms and their strengths. Why am I giving you these statistics? I'm giving you this thing for you to be aware that beyond um, what you think or the number of persons on social media, I'm telling you that these billions you are hearing are the what we can call the potential persons. They are potential persons that we can actually preach the gospel to. And I started by talking about those that create content, and all you are thinking is to have more views and more likes. If you are having this perception about social media, having more views and more likes, more subscribers, what will happen is that the real impact we are supposed to make on social media as a church, we may not drive it at the end of the day. So what are we targeting with our classes? We are trying to groom a people that will have a different mindset when you are handling that your church social media handles. Beyond, see it as you are an evangelist. See your team that your team is you are a team of evangelists, and beyond you just showing statistics to your church or your ministry that we are growing on social media. Beyond that, see that every content you are creating should deliver somebody who is depressed, should deliver somebody who is oppressed by Satan. Your content should be able to pull out somebody who is going down to hellfire, someone who is in a terrible state, because that is the work of the gospel that we preach. The gospel we have received is a gospel that have the power to save and deliver. So we can actually be strategic in creating our content so that we can actually pull out as many persons from the hell, from distractions, from all manner of things, and then we can connect them back to exactly what Jesus is doing with the vision of your ministry. I believe what I've been saying, it may not make sense to some persons here, but just exercise a little patience. So every platform, I'm going to be from my own session. For those that are just joining us, I told us that Mr. Samson is going to take over the class shortly because he's not currently available. He sent a message shortly before the class started. But once he's here, I'm going to hand over the class for him to finish up his part. So I'm going to be focusing on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. So I want us to discuss about the strength of these four platforms, their strength. Their strength. What I mean by their strength is that what type of content are you supposed to create for these platforms? For instance, I'm starting with YouTube. If you are going to put full full sermon for people to go and watch your full sermon, YouTube is the best place to put your long sermon. Yes, some persons create reels. Some of us create reels. What is our reels actually trying to drive? Your reel, in the real sense, is like a teaser. It's like an ASAP. It's like a cut from the full sermon. You are posting the reel not to grow your page. Literally, you can use it to grow your page. But the intent of a reel is just like this is a cut from the entire thing. That's why we encourage you that um, if you are going to post it, you should also post the link of the full sermon. My team I work with, one of the things I try doing is that I make sure we publish the full sermon before we start cutting reels from it. What are we trying to drive? Our drive is that from the reels, we are supposed to use that reel to direct people to the YouTube page to go and watch the full sermon. Sometimes, in as much as um, some of us can say that one clip, 1 minute clip, 2 minutes clip can save a soul. Yes, it's correct. But beyond saving a soul, there's the second part of salvation. The second part of salvation is what we call transformation. And transformation is what the church drives with what we call discipleship. There are many persons that are in church. You know, another thing I have also established that I've been talking to you is that social media is there is a whole lot of distraction. So by all means, we are trying to push people with those reels so that they can go to YouTube and watch the full sermon, trusting that when they watch the full sermon, there are sometimes they will tell you that this pastor said this pastor said this. People just cut a part of the sermon, but because people don't get to listen to the full sermon, many a times people get half information. So your YouTube channel is the best place to put your long sermon. If you put long sermon on Facebook, many times people will watch, but it's not advisable because Facebook has its own feature. Facebook has a way that is built and what is solving in the life of the audience, the people that are the users. But for long videos, YouTube is the best place to put your long videos. For your worship videos, YouTube is the best place to put your long videos. Then teaching series, if you are streaming your live event, YouTube is the most perfect place. I will just tell you this, sometimes for those of us that buy data, some of us you just say no, I can't go and use YouTube because YouTube drains what? My data. Because you are wired to know that YouTube deals with more of you videos. You say instead, let me just go to Facebook and watch this thing. You're welcome, Mr. Samson. Thank you so much, sir. So,
Thank you so much.
God bless you, sir. You're welcome. So, please
Yes,
let me just round up what I'm saying, then I'll hand over to
please do.
Mr. Samson. It's a privilege having
do.
you here, sir. You're welcome.
Thank you so much. Thank you so
Yes,
much.
sir. So, for Instagram, this I'm just recapping what Mr. Samson told me in the last class. For Instagram, if you are going to do reels, quotes, and announcement, all those things, Instagram. And one thing I know about Instagram, if you know your content is not clean, Instagram people are not patient with you. They like clean content that are very, very clean. And then for TikTok, if your goal is to reach out to younger generations, I said something when I was teaching a people. I asked the class, how many of us that did to go? How many of us created female? I'm a man. How many of us created female account just to access the female chat room to know what was happening? I did it. I will not lie to you. So there are many persons underage who have created accounts saying that they are up to 18 years, and you know that there are many of them on TikTok. So TikTok is filled with Gen Z, the younger generation. So if you know the goal of your church is to have more outreach, and how social media works for me, you mustn't be on every platform. Just pick a platform that you know you can drive very well, and drive it and have the people you have and reach out to them. Then another thing for TikTok. TikTok deals with more of trending gospel. You can use gospel trends, anything that is trending in the gospel. It can be a song. Sometimes we see a song that is trending from some quarters. You see that people are using it multiple times to create content. That was in January this year. It is a time for shift. You saw many persons created content with it. So TikTok deals with all those trendy things, and Facebook deals with more of community bonding, family. That's why Facebook can show you, recommend your friend that you did primary school with, but they just have a way to, the algorithm tends to harmonize everything in such a way that it tends to have this type of family feel, connecting, let's all connect to each other and all that. So that is the strength of Facebook. And if you have older generation, some of us here, our parents are on Facebook. You know that they are not on TikTok. They are not they are not in on Instagram. So older people, if your ministry, your target is to reach out to older generation. Many of the older generations, people in their 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, many of them are on Facebook. You hardly see them on TikTok or Instagram, although some persons are there, but you always see them more on Facebook. So Facebook tries to do all these things. Do you know why our parents they love Facebook? Because they see their older friends, they see their classmates from secondary school, because the way you put your secondary school and all those, you just see that Facebook tends to connect you to these people. So this is how it works. So you that is how it is. This is the little I can say. I've just been doing this to hold the class for Mr. Sampson. Tonight, Mr. Sampson is going to um, deal with YouTube extensively. Yes, he's going to deal with YouTube extensively. All you need to know about creating content on YouTube, all you are supposed to learn from YouTube. So I want us to give him our audience, reserve your question till the end of the class, and uh, do well to mute yourself. And let's welcome Mr. Sampson. Thank you so much, Mr. Sampson. It's another great privilege to have you in Impact Media School. God bless you, sir,
Th-
for this opportunity.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I don't know if you guys can hear me loud and clear.
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear,
Is
sir.
the volume too much? Should I
It's
reduce?
perfect.
Oh, it's okay, it's perfect.
Yes, sir.
That's okay. That's okay. So thank you all for joining the class tonight. And it's nice having you guys here tonight. Sincere apologies. Um, Traffic. So I went out, in Abuja here. Anytime it rains, we always have traffic issues and all of that. So sincere apologies for that. Where is your balloon? Please, you people have to bear with me. My wife is not here, so this girl is disturbing me. So, so tonight we are going to be dealing on YouTube. I'm just going to be um, building on what my brother has already said. I'm just going to be building on that. So I'm just going to be building on that, and then it's YouTube. YouTube is actually one social media that God used to teach me a lot of lessons and all of that. So it's very, very important that all church have a YouTube channel. Very, very important that what all church have a YouTube channel. I am saying this because we are dealing with YouTube. I am saying this because we are dealing with church growth strategy. Sorry, don't mind me. I'm trying to put this thing together. So we are dealing with church growth strategy. So tonight we are going to be talking about mastering YouTube growth for creators and then businesses. Just like I told you guys the other time that this class is not basically for just church growth alone. No, it's for church growth strategy. But the principles that are learned here can also be used to do what? To grow your businesses as well and other things. So the principle that I'm going to be teaching you guys here are universal principles. So a believer can use it and then the mosque will grow. A Buddhist can use it and then their organization will grow. A businessman can use it and then there will be boom, especially on YouTube, because I'm talking on mastering YouTube growth for creators and businesses. So the main objective of this class is number one, you are going to understand YouTube ecosystem and algorithms. You understand? You're going to understand YouTube ecosystems and algorithm. You're going to understand why somebody will post a particular video and then in less than 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, before you know, this person is getting 200,000, is getting 300,000 views. And by the time you check the person's subscriber, you're seeing 500 subscribers, you're seeing 600 subscribers, and all of that. You'll be, what's happening? And then you see another person that have 100,000 subscribers. You make a post, you are seeing 200 views, 300 views. You understand? It's not tally, and then you don't really understand what's going on. So by the end of this class, you should do what? Understand the YouTube ecosystem and what? Upgrading. So we're also going to be defining key YouTube terms and metrics so that by the time you start doing YouTube, when you come in contact with some terms, because I'm going to be teaching this class as basic as I can. So this is just like, when we're talking about 100 levels, so I'm not seeing it as though we have pro or professionals in this class tonight. So this class is going to be as basic as it can be. You get? So we're going to be defining key YouTube terms and metrics to know, so that by the time because YouTube is very big, it's very wide, and most of the times you will see some terms, some terminologies, and then you don't know what it means. So what we are going to be doing is what? To define key YouTube terms and metrics. And then we are going to, I don't know if you guys are writing, so that I will take it slow or I should just fire. I'm just looking at the time because we have a lot to cover. So I don't know if you guys are writing, so that I would keep it down or I should just fire and go. So if you are writing, just type hi. Let me see so that I will know if I should slow down or fire. Just type hi in the chat box. We have Shedrack Nguti, Ijoma Stephen, is it Steph 9 or Steph? Okay, we have two people writing. Okay, so that's okay. So let me just take it gradually so that you people can write. So that you people can write. So by the end of this class, number one, you should understand the YouTube ecosystem and algorithm. Number two, you should be able to define key YouTube terms and metrics. Number three, you should be able to develop strategy for channel growth. Strategy for channel growth. Again, don't forget, I am saying this as I said it before. What I'm going to be teaching you guys are going to be universal YouTube growth principles. So you can apply it to your business, you can apply it to whatever it is you are doing, and then since it's on the YouTube space, your growth is sure. So after you are able to define key YouTube terms and metrics, develop strategy for channels growth. So you should be able to create engaging video content, optimize for search and discovery. So most people, they don't know that sometimes even YouTube themselves, they want you to stay on their platform. Yeah, these social media platforms, they want you to stay on their platform. They love, in fact, when you stay, the more they love it. That's why I discovered that there is a, should I say, there is a cold war among all the social media platforms. All of them, they are fighting for viewers retention. They don't just want you to come see one or two things and then move. They want you to do what? To come and what? Stay. Yes. That's why you discover, one thing you discover is that there is a photocopy among all the social media platforms. For instance, there was nothing like Reels before now, but when TikTok came on board, and then they discovered that Reels is blowing out, that Reels is becoming something else, that people are spending more time in viewing Reels and all of that. The next thing you know is that YouTube, they incorporated Reels on Instagram and on Facebook. They incorporated Reels, and they did not just incorporate Reels, they made it like, that's why it's covered that on the YouTube space. If you want hand, maybe I did not add it the last time, but of course now on YouTube, if you want to grow very fast, use Reels 1 minute 30 seconds, and then when you are posting it, you are posting it as Reels. You are posting it as Reels, and then so it's good. So the social media wants you to stay on their platform. When YouTube incorporated Reels into Instagram and Facebook, the next thing YouTube did was for them to also incorporate Reels too, but they renamed it so that it not look as though they are copy. They now call it Shorts. And then you discover that Shorts too is another this thing that is blowing out on the YouTube space. So if you want to grow, you move short. Of course, we'll come back to that. So that's by the end of this class, you should know how to create engaging video content, optimize for search and discovery. Create content that the moment they just tap this thing, your content will come. So you understand? So again, we're talking about leverage analytics to improve performance. You understand? And then the bonge of all is monetize YouTube content effectively. How you can monetize your YouTube content effectively. See, let me not lie for you, as I am like this now. One of the things that made me to start YouTube was YouTube money. It's not as if I'm greedy or anything. I've been doing selfless work in the kingdom. promoting messages on Telegram, Facebook. In fact, I had to run away from YouTube. In fact, one of my oga here, I don't know if he's here because I'm seeing them chatting that he's here. Chiazokam Obinwa. Chiazokam Obinwa. He's here. I can see his name here. You cannot hide. I catch you, my oga. Yeah, please, I want you to give him a round of applause. I don't know how you're going to do that, but if you can't, give my oga Chiazokam Obinwa a round of applause. So that's one of the guy that helped me out. I've told him this, and then I don't know, coincidentally, he's here on this very good day that I said I must not miss. So, meanwhile, he just finished a heavy conference in Lagos. I was following on YouTube a heavy conference in Lagos today, and then you make that time to come here. That means, Mr. Impact. That means this is a very, very serious business you are doing here for our God to be here. Anyways, thank you so much for joining in, everybody, and especially my boss. I was on YouTube. When I started YouTube, I wanted to just share this small story with you guys so that you will know what we are dealing with. When I started YouTube, I opened my YouTube channel. When I opened my YouTube channel, that's somewhere around 2020. No, 2019, late 2019. When I started my YouTube channel, I made just two posts, and then I ran away from YouTube. Just two posts, I ran away. I say, kai. Because one thing you discover is that because then we are just on Facebook and Telegram and Instagram partially. So, all those things, because of how smooth those platforms are to grow and all of that. So we really enjoy those platforms for growth. So we are just growing on Facebook, left, right, and center, posting and growing. So when I opened my YouTube account, I made first post, I made second post, I made third post. I looked left, I looked right. I wanted growth. I wanted growth. So I ran away from YouTube because I cannot continue. When you guys, you must not forget that the last time I was talking about Facebook, I spoke about leveraging. In as much as I did not even go in details on that, I spoke about leveraging, how you can leverage on other platforms for you to grow. So on YouTube, you don't have that kind of access. Well, initially when I started, you don't have that kind of access for leverage and all of that. So you have to sweat it out on YouTube. You have to sweat it out on YouTube. So when I opened the channel, I just got, I think, roughly 100 subscribers or like 50 subscribers. And I say, okay, ciao. See you when I see you next time. I packed the YouTube channel. I dropped it under my rug in my house and I left it. It was this my oga, Chiazokam Obinwa. In fact, then I went to Makodi. I met him to collect messages from him. I think Apostle Joshua Selman messages then. So I went to collect message from him, and then he now told me that, my brother, what are you doing? That people are making money from YouTube. You are saying the people are making money there. That I do not understand what he's saying. He now showed me screenshot of people making money. I say, Now I am saying this so that those of you that you don't have the courage and the zest to move for the sake of the money, be energized. You understand? So my guy said, they are making money. You are messing up. That was how I had to buckle up. And then after I left him that day, I can't forget that afternoon, I went back. I carried my YouTube channel from the dust. I dust it. And then I said, today, not today, I fold my sleeves. We started work. I'm not joking, we started work. When I started working on that YouTube channel, I was so consistent on it back to back for like 1 month. I was posting every day. I was doing that with one intention. This YouTube money, I go must chop am. In less than 3 weeks, I got 1,000 subscribers. I say, now so this thing easy. Then the next 4 weeks time, before you know what's going on, I was monetized on YouTube. And then somebody shout hallelujah. Amen. So all those ones are by the way, but of course, YouTube money is blood money. And then again, I really appreciate my boss for gingering me and bringing me on board. So, YouTube is the world's second largest search engine, and then the number one video sharing platform owned by Google. YouTube has over 2.7 billion users. YouTube. So, if you have a church, again, if you have a business, and you are looking for visibility, it's very, very important that you leverage on YouTube. Just unlike Facebook, because just like I told you guys in the last class, Facebook is a community app. You understand? So most of the times, they will have to show your videos to people and all of that. And most of the times, the Facebook algorithm is somehow tricky and somehow like that. But YouTube is not like that. YouTube, you can be in Gwagwalada. No. You can be in Vandekia. Vandekia is a village in Benue State where they have bad roads. Don't me talk about. So Vandekia is a village in Benue State. You can be in Vandekia. You can make a video post in Vandekia, and then the algorithm will first of all fly it and then spread it. Before you know, you'll be shocked. Sometimes that video you will have just 10 views, and then by the time you check it, you will now discover that these 10 views, like 5 of the people that watch that video, sometimes 5 of them are from the USA or even Argentina. And then you'll be asking yourself, how is this thing? That's YouTube algorithm. That's why I said one of the objective of this teaching tonight is towards is going to teach you how to understand YouTube ecosystem and the algorithm. Those are some of the basics. So YouTube is very, very important. Any church, because most churches, I think most churches, they run from YouTube because of how hard it is for them to grow their YouTube channel. I understand with them. But of course, running from it will not help you to grow it. You have to just face it. Just like I told you guys, I ran away. I used my 2 legs and I meh. But thank God for strong and then good people that were able to encourage me. And then you discover that YouTube was one of the best things that happened to my brand, the Ecclesia Global. And I really thank God for that. So YouTube is a powerful tool for brand visibility, education and entertainment, and then whatsoever it is. So if you have, in fact, if you are a church social media manager here, if you are, I mean a growing church, and your church does not have a YouTube account, I would want you to open the church YouTube account after this class today. Open what? The church YouTube account after this class today. Please do that. And then start posting. Very important. So, YouTube is what? A search engine plus a social media platform. You understand? For you to grow on YouTube, for you to grow on YouTube, you have to be very, very consistent. Extremely consistent. That's one thing first. You have to be extremely consistent. Because when you stop posting, the algorithms stop recognizing you. I had the same issue with YouTube. I had the same issues with YouTube. But of course, I thank God now that we are beginning to. Those are some of the mistakes that I made while running my own YouTube account. I made some big mistake. I dashed my algorithm to the floor and the pieces, and I couldn't recover it until recently when God started helping me to recover it back. Are you understanding me? So YouTube YouTube rewards consistency. It rewards quality. You don't just have to be consistent. Whatever it is you are posting on YouTube has to be quality too. It has to be very, very quality. When I'm talking about quality, I'm not just talking about quality in terms of the video quality. I'm talking about quality also in terms of the content. Because if you are not if you don't have those criteria, your video content quality can bring viewers. So when they see that the content quality is not there, they will just view and pass. That's why I discovered that so many people, they have so many aggregated views, but most of the times they don't have subscribers. For instance, you see these guys that does this, that uses this AI now, that disguise this AI this thing now, that they just put maybe this, this Yaya Torre something, and then this is those are some of the niche that are really, really blowing out on YouTube now. This Yaya Torre something. So they'll just put it there. So you will think it's a real video. You will think it's real something because they always put thumbnail. So before you know what's happening, you are tapping on it to watch what's there. And then when you tap on it, you just discover that it's nonsense that they are doing. You understand? Before you know, you just watch and then you're not subscribing. So it's one thing for you to have content quality. It's another thing for you to have video quality. Two of them, they help your YouTube growth and all the rest. So, just like I said, I am doing this video for not just for the church. I am doing this next session now that I'm going to be doing is not just for the church growth, and it's not just for business people too. I'm also doing it for people who are going to enter into content creation on the YouTube space. Do you get? It's not just for the church growth. It's not just for people who are going to use business for and YouTube for business. It's also going to be for people who wants to number one thing you need to do, you need to find your niche. Find your niche is very, very important. That's why when I started my YouTube page, the Ecclesia Global, in fact, not when I started, till date, I still maintain just two people. Find your niche. I post only Apostle Michael Orokpo and Apostle Arome Osai. Two people. Find your niche. You shouldn't go and be doing everything on the YouTube space. Find your niche and be dedicated to what? Your niche. As simple as that. Although before you find your niche, most of the times you can just be raving around. You can be moving around. First of all, you have to try one, two, one, two, one, two, one, two, one, two. That's if you want to be a content creator. Now, when I mean content creator, maybe if you just want to be posting, especially when you want to do faceless YouTube channels, you understand? First things first, you have to know what. In fact, most of the times, even as a personal content creator, for instance, when I say personal content creator, I mean all these family series that are doing, even as when you want to be producing your own personal face content creator on YouTube, you even still have to find your
Yes,
topic
yes,
niche. That's why I discovered that those
yes,
guys on Facebook, they know that big bomb bomb used to sell. They were doing skit before, but now discover that this skit that we are doing like this, discover that anytime we ask skit that has to do with big bomb bomb, we are seeing 1 point something million views. They will now come back to the drawing board, and then the next thing they are doing is to do what? Is to be doing more big bomb bomb, more big bomb bomb. For instance, Mr. Macaroni, he was just a regular skit. It was just one day now discovered that anytime he's doing sugar daddy role on skit, the thing used to go far. That's where he pitch his tent. He does not want to try anything apart from that one again. That's where he pitch his tent. So it's very important that you find your niche. What do you want to be doing? And then you have to be consistent on it. Because number one, when I discovered Apostle Arome and Apostle Michael niche, we have so many people doing it then. Hundreds of people doing it then. But I had more credibility because my own is just these two people. Anytime you come here, you are seeing these two people. We are not compromising, not as compromising, but this is our standard. Like, this is what we do, this is how we do it. You understand? So we are just posting it, and then you discover that we now gain viewers integrity, and they just love our content, always coming to watch because of what we discovered our niche. We are not posting Apostle Arome today, then the next day we are posting about comedy, then the another day we are posting about another man of God in Mozambique. We didn't do that. We are very consistent with what we are doing. So when you get your niche, you have to be consistent in it, because anytime people come to your channel, that's one thing that will make people to subscribe. If not, they will just come watch and then they will pant, they will run. You understand? Discovering your niche and staying consistent to it is what will really make people to do what? To subscribe. Because me, first of all, when I see, because most of the times YouTube would recommend your videos, they would just recommend your videos. When they recommend the video, people would watch, but most of the times they will not subscribe. Why? Because most of the times, for instance, myself, when I watch a YouTube video, I don't just watch a YouTube video, I go into the channel. When I go into the channel, I go as far back as the first video you've posted. As far back as the first video you've posted, to see what you started doing, how you are doing, and what you have plans to keep on doing. I go to see the last, like, I go back, I sweep back to see how consistent you are in what you are doing. And I say, okay, this person know what they do. Subscribe. Subscription is very costly. Very costly and very expensive. You understand? So you have to find your niche. So you have to define your audience, who you are talking to, and then it's going to a large extent, how do I say it, help you to narrow down, so that you'll not be going up and down fighting and finding one thing that is not lost. You understand? So You have to choose your topic area. Is it, again, this is not just the church this thing. I'm also speaking to people that want to pick career in content creation on the YouTube space. So you have to choose your topic area. For the area of the church, you are for the area of the church growth, you are very, very limited in choosing areas, in choosing what not, and all of that. Just posting your pastor's message, you are doing clip and all the rest. You understand? So your creativity on this is very, very limited because you are answerable to somebody, to an organization, and then you cannot go out of their SOP. When I say SOP, I mean standard of procedure. You can't go out of it. So you just have to post. Of course, I'm still coming back to how to make your video to be discovered. That's SEO optimization. I'm still coming back to that for you, but I'm still talking about people who are trying to find their place on the YouTube space as content creators. You understand? So, number one, you have to choose your topic area, e.g., text. We have tech, we have lifestyle, we have education, we have faith, and we have entertainment. So you can choose from any of these platform. You can choose from any of these niche topic area to move. You understand? And then for those of you who are new, on the YouTube space that would want to pick career path, so I listed down some of these things that I would think you should do. You understand? So number one, we have tutorials. You can teach people how to do things. This is for people who are trying to find career on the YouTube space. You understand? People who wants to try out things on the YouTube space. So you can choose to do tutorials. You can teach people how to do this, how to do that, in fact, the other time I saw somebody making a video how to drink water. And to my shock, the thing has 2 point something million views. How to drink water. Hey, it's well. So it has 2 point something million views. So most of the times it is like that. You can teach people how to do things, tutorial. And then I see people are really, really blowing out on route. Somebody at the door. So I see people really, really blowing out on most of those contents. And then you can do review and unboxing. You get? So you can do reviews and unboxing. So those are another content, but this one, it's quite financial intensive. Although most of the times you can get connect with people that have it depends on how very, very aggressive you are to see that your YouTube content as in grows. You understand? So you can do reviews, you can do unboxing. How you get most of those products, if your friend buys anything, you can say, I beg, make I do YouTube video. Now I'm saying this considering that some of us are students here that don't have money to buy gadget as we should. You get? So you can go to your friend, that has shop, and then you can ask them, please, like this thing like this, can you help me out? Can you help me out? Can you help me out? And so on and so forth. So from there you can get 1 or 2 gadgets that you can review, and then you can do vlogs. You understand? You can do vlogs because most people, that's what they do. I went to Kiri Market today. You have your smartphone. You don't necessarily need to have an iPhone or a microphone to start. You get? You can start, and then excellence will meet you by the way. That's what I always say. If you want to be excellent before you start, you are never going to start. You start, and then excellent will meet you by the way. You can do vlogs behind the scene, and then you can do educational. In fact, You first of all have to think and then ask yourself, what am I good at? Even though it's football, you can become a football analyst. You can become a football analyst. And then you are telling people, in fact, I saw some people on YouTube, anytime their team is playing football, before you know, they are just live. They are just complaining, they are just crying. That why this person, and then you will be saying, "Oh, is this person normal?" My brother, my brother. By the time they show you their paycheck at the end of the month, you'll be shocked. Yeah. Because me, I've seen what, in fact, some days back, I went to go and see my total review of earnings that I've earned from YouTube. And I was like, now wow. Now so this thing be. You understand? I went back, I saw my earnings on YouTube, and I was, so you can find a niche and then you move. So again, to grow on the YouTube space, there are certain criteria that you need to grow on the YouTube space easily. Number one is you need optimizing titles and thumbnails. Important items when it comes to YouTube growth. I laugh at them because have you seen Mr. Beast? Mr. Beast, the highest YouTube subscriber person. Have you ever seen any of his video without thumbnails? And then, in fact, one of the things that made him to climb that high was as a result of what? As a result of consistent use of catchy thumbnails. You must learn how to do thumbnails. In fact, one of the reasons why people don't put thumbnails is because they find it very, very difficult in doing thumbnail. But my brothers, I discovered a very, very easy way of doing thumbnail on the go. Very, very easy way. But that's not going to be what we are going to be talking about today. But I discovered a very, very easy way of doing thumbnail with CapCut. You can check it out. Just go on TikTok and then TikTok or YouTube. In fact, just go on TikTok. You know, TikTok now is the new YouTube. If you search anything on YouTube, on TikTok now, you see 1001 way to do them. So you just go on TikTok, you just type how to make thumbnails with CapCut. You will see videos. And then if you don't see videos, if there is high need for it, I will have to talk with the convener of this class so that he himself, he would give me heads up so that we have a special session for that, just to teach you guys how to do. Because if you want to grow on the YouTube space, you can't do that without optimizing titles and what? Thumbnails. Thumbnails are a must for YouTube growth. I've searched it, I've checked it. In fact, I've checked all the top world best videos. You discover that almost all of them, they have what? Thumbnails on them. If you see videos that goes far without thumbnail, it's algorithm that is just helping the video to move. And you discover that by the time you enter that channel, you check another this thing again, you discover that you hardly see any video that moved like that again. So, thumbnails and what? Catchy title. The titles must be clear, clickable, and keyword rich. You understand? The title must be what? Clear, clickable, and what? Keyword rich. It must have enough keyword. For instance, you are posting basically you are posting about Apostle Arome Osai. For instance, your video is about Apostle Arome Osai. That's what your content is all about. And then you are writing a caption without you putting Apostle Arome Osai on the caption. That's bad. That is very, very bad. You are going to make your video to get lost. Because even those captions, those titles, now I'm not talking about the title on the thumbnails. I'm talking about the caption on the videos. I'm talking about the caption on the videos. So you discover that those captions on the video are some of the things that makes your video to even travel the more. The more. So when you are titling a video, ensure that you use keywords that will make your video to be discovered by people that needed them. That's why you discover that most of the times you would watch a video by, like for instance, you watch a video on how to make dress with scissors. You discover that the next video under it that are going to be suggesting to you is going to be how to do something with the same video that you are watching. Because you have keywords, like you have good keyword search. You understand? Because you have good keyword, like your keyword is very, very rich. So they will be recommending those videos anytime. So sometimes, most of the times, what even happens is that you discover that big accounts will be carrying your own channels on their shoulder because your keywords are very, very rich. So it is very, very important that you use good keyword. You understand? And then your titles are clear. Again, very, very important. You have to show integrity in your captioning. Very, very important. Because when people lose trust on your channel, you find it very, 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 very difficult for you to be able to regain that trust back. When you are talking about Pastor B slapped Pastor C, ensure that there is actual slapping there. Don't just say Pastor B slap Pastor C and then you now put a 50-minute video and then from the beginning to the end there is nothing like slap. Like me, most of the times when I watch those videos like that, I just cancel the channel. I say this channel, they are just using clickbait to bring people, and then I don't even believe the channel anymore. So I will not even subscribe to the channel. You understand? So it's very, very important. And then some of the criteria, some of the characteristics of good keyword is that you should thumbnail is that the thumbnail should be catchy. Again, let me share this. This is just by the way. Let me share this hack that I use. Let me share this hack that I use on thumbnails. So most of the times I have two. Most of the times I have two titles for a particular videos. Two strong titles. So I don't even know how to use the two of them. I don't know which one to use instead of the other. So what I do is that I use one for the thumbnail, then I use the other one for the title. That one is just free this thing so that you start. For instance, you know what I'm talking about. So if you have like two titles and then you are struggling with the one to use, you can use one for the thumbnail while making the thumbnail, then you can use another one for the title. So that's just by the way. And then your thumbnail, ensure that your thumbnail you use bright colors, clear images. You understand? Bright colors, clear images. I am so tempted to teach you guys, to show you guys how to do thumbnails with CapCut. But of course, to do thumbnail these days now is very, very easy. So you can do thumbnail with Canva. Canva, they have some free resource there that you can use. Canva, you can do thumbnail with CapCut. Now I'm just talking about on the go. You can be traveling, you are uploading videos, and then you need thumbnail. So you can go, you can be going, you can be in Keke, going to market and be doing thumbnails. So it's, you can use CapCut for that. So just go on the YouTube and then on TikTok or YouTube and then just search. You will see plenty videos on that, and then to really, really help you, it's going to really, really ease your work. So in the next 15 minutes, we are going to be done from here. Please stay with me in the next 15 minutes. Again, another thing that would bring growth to you on the YouTube space is uploading videos. Uploading videos. It is very, very, very important for you to do what? To upload videos and upload videos consistently. So when you're not consistent in uploading videos, your channel will drag. Especially people that are doing new, for instance, people that are doing personal content. It's very, very difficult for you to most of the times get content. Your personal content is difficult most of the times for you to get your personal content. I can understand that. So, but of course, you can still, but of course, you can still, 1 minute, please. But of course, you can still batch produce videos. So before you start uploading, you can produce like 10, 15 videos. So after you've produced those ones, then you can do what? Start uploading them. Maybe two, because your channels, people need to discover your channel first. People need to discover your channel first. So once they've discovered your channel, that's when you can now start your posting routine. When they've not discovered your channel, if you are posting one video in a week, one video in 2 weeks, your channel will remain in one place for a very, very long time. Especially in a very, very competitive market like the YouTube market, where you have more than 10,000 people doing the same thing that you are doing. People will just leave you and then go and find the better people that are consistent with whatever it is they are doing to come and to watch their videos. You understand? So you must do what? Ensure that you upload at least 1 to 3 video in a week. 1 to 3 video what? In a week. It's very, very important. You try your best. That's if you want to grow, if you have growth inside, because growth is not easy. That's why it's called that it's not everybody that is growing. It's only people who are consistent, who are persevered, that the people that are growing. So it's called that growth is not easy. That's why it's called that not everybody is growing. So if you want to grow, you must do the extraordinary. What's the extraordinary? You must put in more time into video production. YouTube is a video streaming platform. what grows on YouTube is video. So if you're not posting video, you don't have anything, you don't have any pact with growth on the YouTube space. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So you must ensure, you must try as much as you can. I see so many churches, they just stream their services only. They just stream and then they forget about till next week Sunday they come again, they stream, then they forget about it. Then till next week Sunday they come again, they stream, and then they don't do like that. So in a church, anytime anytime you guys don't have enough content, you can get clips from the videos and then post. And then if you are posting your person, if you are doing your personal videos, my brother, you must do enough videos. So plenty videos. You must do plenty videos. Plenty videos, my brother. So it's very important that you do what? Try as much as you can to produce plenty videos. Plenty videos. And then whatever it is you are doing on the YouTube space, you need to try as much as you can to ensure that you start earning very fast. You need to do what? Ensure that you try whatever it is you can as much as you can to start earning very fast, because it will boost your morale. In fact, in my own humble opinion, YouTube is one of the easiest way for Nigerians to make money from. It's not as corner and dubious as Facebook and other platforms. So in my own humble opinion, YouTube, because I've seen people, there are accounts that I've made so much money from YouTube. I've seen people make so much money from YouTube. I have helped people make so much money. I have so many people that I'm teaching. And then you will see them. In fact, my younger brother is now my own YouTube coach. Someone that I taught is now my own YouTube coach. You understand? So, and then if you want to grow on the YouTube space, no matter how long your video is, ensure that you try your best to post shorts. Shorts are very important. They will make your YouTube channel to blow up very fast. Shorts. So you try as much as you can to ensure that you get shorts, 1 minute, 2 minute shorts to upload, to post, so as they can blow up your YouTube channel. But you must ensure that you don't start posting on your YouTube channel with shorts. Because if you post shorts will travel very far. It would boost your video, it will boost your but if because of laziness you decide to continue using shorts, it's going to impact on your channel. Anytime you post long videos, they might not travel. They might, the algorithm might not recommend your video. They might not recommend your video. So it's very important that you start with long form videos. It depends on what you want. Some people, they just want to do only short. If you want to be posting only short, that's fine and good. You can move. Fine and good, you can move. But if you know you want to be posting full videos, don't start with short. Post full video and then post short from the full video, so that you can recommend people to the full video and all of that. So you can also just put on the video that easy and fast from their end. So if you are going to post only shorts, start with shorts. But if you know you have plans of posting long form videos, try as much as you can not to depend on shorts, because there are probability that you are going to depend on shorts for a very long time. So when you start posting shorts and they start traveling faster, you might be tempted to remain with shorts. But don't do that. Because when you start earning, you cry, your eye go pee, because there is no money in shorts for you. So long form video is where the money is. So that's just it. So again, growth strategies, just like I've said again, you have to leverage on YouTube shorts, and then you have to collaborate with other people. You have to collaborate with other people for growth. You have to collaborate with other people for growth. My younger brother that I taught YouTube, my younger brother that I taught YouTube, in fact, the first earning he collected from YouTube was around $800. 800, and the guy was shocked. I mean, somebody that is still a teenager, when he collected the money, he was shocked. In fact, he didn't even know what to do with the money. He was shocked. He did not know what to do with the money. So I am saying this so that you will grow very fast, even though it's not for the gospel. Make money. No, when I say make money, I mean even though you don't have plans for people to hear the gospel, just post and then ensure that you do everything legal. Don't become a thief on the YouTube space just because you want to make money. Okay? So you have to collaborate with people. You have to do what? There is what they call end screen and cards. There's what they call end screen and cards. End screen and cards. So end screen and cards is, you use those ones when, in fact, you have to Google more on that. How to use end screens and cards. I wanted to open a YouTube channel for us to go through and open all those. Look, our time is already, we have less than 6 minutes for this class now. So our time is already far gone and all of that. So you have to use end screen and cards to direct viewers to more videos. End screen and cards, I use them a lot and they've really helped me. So most of the times when my video is blowing up, when one of my video is blowing up and people are watching it the more, what I would do is that what I will do is that there is a link. That's what we call end screen and cards. So you just put those things on top of that video that is traveling far. So the moment they finish watching that video, those link will show. The moment they tap on that link, it will take them to the next video. So what I do is that most of the times when you upload a new video or a video that is not performing well as it should, probably most of the times, there are times that you create a video that you want everybody to watch this video. But of course, the algorithm is not merciful to the videos, to that particular video as you think the algorithm should. So you use this end screen and these cards to blow up these videos. So what you do is that you do what? You add this end screen and cards to that video that is traveling, that is blowing up, so that people that are, since they are watching those videos, they will be able to come back to those that are not performing well and then watch it and then move. So again, Another way of growth, another growth strategy in YouTube again is for you to analyze competitors in your niche. Analyze what? Competitors what? In your niche. So that I do that a lot. So most of the times I go and see my guys, my other people, I go and see what they are doing. So this is just like a research. I go and see what they are doing. I see okay what they are posting. I see captioning and all of that, and I'm like, okay. So you now discover that most of the times when you see what they are doing that is working, when you go back and then you replicate some of those things, you discover that those things would begin to work for you too. So it's very important that you do what? You analyze your competitors in your niche. It's not every person, it's not every niche. You only analyze people that are doing the same thing that you are doing. You get, so that you'll be able to get one or two knowledge and then you're able to break through. So we've not exhausted our class, but of course that's where we'll be able to hang our boot for tonight. So I would want to take questions in the next 3 minutes before we go over to our host, Mr. Impact. So I want to take maybe 2 questions, please. 2 questions only. 2 questions. If there's no questions, so that so if you want to ask a question, you can unmute your mic and speak. You can unmute your mic and speak. Okay.
Okay. Good evening, all.
Yes. Memphis.
Good evening, sir.
Yes. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm
That's
so delighted and grateful for this your lecture. God bless you. Okay, I have a question. My question is: recently, I watched a video on YouTube, and the man was saying, if you want to get the 1,000 number of subscribers and 4,000 views, so that your channel can be monetized, you can run an ads. You can take ads to promote your channel. I want to know if it's real, if that is paramount for someone to grow a YouTube channel.
okay. Thank you so much. Okay, as a professional in my own right, I would not recommend that you grow an advert. You use an advert to grow your YouTube channel, especially if you are not trying to sell something. Now, this is what I mean. If you are trying to, if you are trying to, for instance, if you are a content creator, like how do I say it? If you are a personal content creator, okay, that's okay. You can use this thing to share. You can use sponsorship, YouTube sponsorship to do what? To to grow your this thing. That's so that people will be able to see what you are doing and then probably subscribe and to your this thing and all of that. But it's not advisable. Do you know why? It's very important that you grow organically, because you are going to keep posting. If you are going to keep posting, and then for you to be alive on the YouTube space, your people are going to keep watching you. So if you want to start sponsoring, you will keep sponsoring, because YouTube, they are very wicked people. If they know that you have taken the path of sponsoring, they will kill your algorithm even the more. So your video will not be recommended. They will know that you have money. So what they will do is that they will keep these guys, they're out there to make money now. They want to make money, so they don't care about your feelings and all of that. So they'll keep fighting your algorithm. They will not recommend your videos and all of that, so that you will keep doing advert. So that's why I said, if you are a music artist, if you have a product to sell, it's very sponsorship is good. But if you want to make money, if you want to monetize your YouTube channel, if you want to monetize your YouTube channel for people to be coming to watch, see, to monetize your YouTube channel is one thing. Oh. To make money from the monetized YouTube channel is another thing entirely. And that's where most of the warfare is, to make money. So if you monetize, if you do sponsorship to get 1,000 subscriber, to get, in fact, I would even recommend that you even buy a 1,000 subscriber YouTube channel before you start posting. At least you start building your audience from there, than for you to do sponsorship. I don't like sponsorship, because if you want to start your channel with sponsorship, you would have to do more sponsoring video, because they would have to mess up your algorithm, and then you have to depend on sponsoring for you to grow. So this is, by the way, from my own point of view. So other people can have other point of view, but that's okay. So Kenechukwu, please. Kenechukwu, you are raising up your hand. Do you have a question? You can unmute your mic and speak. Okay. Kenechukwu is not unmuting his mic. Okay, Tony, please. Tony, you can unmute your mic and speak, please.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Yes. Tony, how are you doing today?
Fine, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Thank
Yes.
you, sir. Impact. Thank you, sir. Ecclesia Global. Thank you so much for
God
the
bless
eye
you.
opening. I really appreciate. So
You're
I
welcome.
really appreciate for that niche, the end screen and the card.
Yeah.
So it's very powerful. I really learned so much from them. So, but I have three questions, please. One, I didn't really understand what you were saying about the title you put on your thumbnail, and the title you is. I didn't really get that. You were saying something about two different names. So I would like you to give a throw more light there. I didn't really get that one clear. So, second question, I would like to ask. I I learned of recent that YouTube also has time frame where you post a time where you can post a certain time to get your audience. So, like most of we having Nigerian audience, what's the perfect time frame to post? Is it for like 4 p.m.? What's the exactly good perfect time to post on YouTube? And another question, um, concerning you said so much about TikTok and others, they trending. So I would like to ask, on YouTube, what's the best hashtags someone can really use as we pushing gospel content? The best gospel hashtags we can really use to help push our videos and some other things like that. Thank you, sir.
Okay. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. So number one, you spoke about that I should have to talk about the thumbnail when I'm talking about the thumbnail and the captioning. So what I was saying, it was simple. I was talking about there are times where I have two caption for a particular video. You understand? Like, I want to post a video now. For instance, this video talks about sin. You understand? Like, this video talk about sin. So I want to post the video now. I have one caption: how to overcome sin. I love it. And then I have another caption: this video will show you how to stop sinning. Those are two different captions. And you cannot put the same caption on the title bar. You just have to put just one. Now, what I'm talking about, there is a place where you caption your video. That's where they put the description. No, not description, title. Before you post every video, there's a title bar there. And then there is a thumbnail that is on top of the video. You understand? So that is what I'm saying. I say most of the times when I have those two very, very beautiful captions like that I want to use, and I know that they are going to sell for me, what I do most of the times is that instead of just using one of the caption, I will use one of the caption for the thumbnail design. Then I will use the other caption for the titling. So that is to say we now have two captions. So if the under one does not catch the people, the up one on the thumbnail, we do what? We catch the people. So that's the ideology behind that. And then number two, you spoke about, excuse me. And then number two, you spoke about hashtags. Again, this is why we have so many. You have to, it depends on what you are doing on the gospel niche. It depends on what you are doing. Again, I spoke about collaboration and leveraging. So it depends on what you are doing on the gospel niche. For instance, when I was posting about Apostle Arome and Apostle Michael Orokpo, of course, I have all their hashtags, their name and their hashtags. And then I have Apostle hashtags too. Even though I wasn't posting about Apostle Joshua Selma on my channel most of the times, because it's the same thing that they are doing, I post his hashtags too. Again, if you are finding it very difficult to get hashtag, you can go to ChatGPT, your able assistant. You tell ChatGPT, hello, my name is so and so. This is what I do. This is what I post. This is how I post. Please, I want you to generate suitable YouTube hashtags for me. You will see hashtag in less than 2 seconds. So that's going to help you a lot with the hashtags. Okay? So again, if you don't want to go through that route, you check people that are doing the same thing as you, go and see the hashtags that they are using, and then you copy. For instance, if you are doing unboxing, you go and check the 10 best YouTube content creator that does unboxing. Check the hashtags that all of them. When I mean the 10, I mean the 10 best. Check all the hashtags that they use and then copy all the hashtags and then use it. That's it. And then talking about the time. So when you start posting consistently, that's why there's what they call the YouTube analytics. You must use your YouTube analytics. So these are all deep matters that I cannot go in today because our time is fast spent. So there's what they call YouTube analytics. When you go to your YouTube analytics, it shows you where and when people watch your video the most. It will give you the time. So it will even help you to know when to post. So there's what they call YouTube analytics. When you go on YouTube analytics, I think there's a place where they call time something like that. When you check it out, you discover that they will show you the time that people are watching your video around 9 a.m. 9 a.m. the most. In fact, sometimes they will tell you that people watch your video the most 9 a.m. on Monday. They watch it the most 10 a.m. on Tuesday. They watch it the most 1 p.m. on Wednesday. So they will just give you all that rough information. Then you will now have to build with those information. I think I've been able to answer your 3 questions.
Yes, thank you so much, sir. Thank you
Yes.
so much. I really appreciate it.
Blessings, my brother. So I think one more question before we wrap it up and call Mr. Impact.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Kenechuku.
Yes. Can you hear me now?
Yes, Kenechuku, please
Okay.
go ahead.
Okay. So I wanted to ask, because I heard that that religious content does not make so much online, and I've been looking to maybe divert to another niche because I already handle my church YouTube. I plan on extending to YouTube channel to handle my church media. So I don't want it to be conflicting. Maybe when I'm running my own personal channel and running the church channel. So I want to just focus on the church, then maybe divert to another niche. So what I'm asking is, I want you to clarify on, like, you being in the field, if religious, about that thing that they say religious channel that they don't make so much. So
Okay, that's they don't make so much money, right?
yes, that other niche are maybe more profitable. So
Okay. well, well, that's true. That is what true. But of course, YouTube sometimes they just do things the way they want. But of course, you religious niche does not. It's not as if you don't earn, but people that are doing unboxing or lifestyle, they earn more than religious people. So there's what they call RPM. There's what they call RPM. That's most of the times on YouTube space, when you start earning, they tell you that when you get 1,000 views, 1,000 views per, if you get 1,000 views, they will tell you that most of the time they will give you $2, they will give you $3. For instance, me now that I am on the Christian niche on my YouTube channel, if I get 1,000 views, most of the times they give me $2 for 1,000 views. $2, only $2 for 1,000 views. But again, you need to understand one thing you should understand is that even on the church niche, when you are streaming a video, what you are getting is different from when you upload the video. What you are uploading when you are streaming a video is different from when you are uploading a video. You understand? So for instance, when you upload a video and you get 1,000 views, most of the times you can get $2, can get $2.5 for 1,000 views. But when you stream the same video on the Christian niche, they can give you as much as $5 to $6 per 1,000 view. So I would advise that if religious niche, when they stream the more, they get more money. But people that are doing unboxing and lifestyle, so most of the times, advert is from advert, is advertisers, like is Pepsi that is bringing their advert for people for YouTube to put. So there are certain places where they cannot put those adverts, and then there are certain places where they can put those adverts. So for instance, the church channels, for instance, the church channel, they've already sampled the audience. Most of the times, they've already sampled the audience, and they know that these people, they no go to get money to buy Benz. Those psychological this thing. You understand? And then maybe probably not be saying they no go to get money. Probably they might not be interested in buying Benz. That's why you discover that if you are watching a church channel, you rarely see them advertising Benz or Lamborghini. And then those guys that put those exclusive content, they pay more. So if they put those content on your video, they increase how much they are going to share with you from the advert. That's why it's called that Lamborghini, Benz, and Mercedes Benz, and then Audi. Most of those cars, they put it on those lifestyle guys. They put it on those tech guys. Their videos most of the times. That's why when you go to church channel, you are seeing Terra Maggi, you are seeing Power Oil, you are seeing soap. All those guys, they pay very low for advert. And then, so when the sharing formula comes, so that's just it, by the way. So if you want to diversify, you can still diversify to another channel, and then you can make more money from there. But for the church channel, for you to make more money, you have to stream. When you stream, what you get per 1,000 is different from when you upload a video. I think that's just what I have to say about that. So thank you so much. We've come to the end of our class for
Thank you so
today.
much. Thank you so much.
Yeah, so Mr. Impact would take it up from here. That's if he's here. That's if he's online. And then if he's not online now. So Memphion.
Please, one more question, sir, please.
Okay.
Okay, Memphion,
I
please
have
go ahead.
another question.
I'm here
Okay.
actually, Mr.
Um.
Samson.
Okay.
Okay, please.
Okay, please. Mr. Impact, please let's just take this question from
Okay, sir.
Memphion.
Recently, I saw it. Okay, recently I saw a post, and the post said about YouTube channel that if you want to really get enough subscribers, you can use VPN and location to like UK, to a country like UK or US, so that you can now be posting your videos from there. You can get enough subscribers. That is one. Then two, and recently some people also said that you can subscribe for me, I subscribe for you. Like now we are 17 people doing this video now. You can subscribe for me, I subscribe for you, I subscribe for Sunday, I subscribe for Tony, I subscribe to Mr. Impact. From there, him will also do to
Okay. Memphion. Memphion, I think your network is very poor. I think your network, but I understand what you are saying. Please, can you mute your mic,
other people
Memphion?
that are within us here. I want to if that also increases with subscribers.
Okay.
That is my question,
Yeah.
sir.
Yes. So one thing you need to understand, Memphion, one thing you need to understand is that when you do follow for follow, your channel will be banned. In fact, YouTube, they have a very, very rigid system that does what? That checks that out now. Because I have a friend that recently did that, and then they were able to demonetize his channel, and then they almost banned his channel. So I would not advise you to do that. So for the VPN to USA to as I am here like this now, as I am here like this now, I have a YouTube channel that is 50% USA viewership. When I say 50%, in fact, I do not even have Nigeria in the top 10. Like from Nigeria, I'm not using VPN. The top 10 countries, there is no Nigeria inside. USA is number one, Philippines and all those other places. And I've had millions and millions of views. So VPN is some level of undergrading and all of that. So if you want to really if you want to really grow, you just have to be consistent. There is nothing, especially if you want to make money from YouTube. If you want to make money from YouTube and if you want to grow, ensure that your growth is what? Organic. It will help you even the more. I would not advise that you use VPN, because on the long run, these guys, they are tightening their security system by the day. You can use VPN to grow up to 5,000, 10,000. They will not detect it one day and then they will ban your channel. All your hard work, everything you have been putting in will go down the drain. That's not something that I would want for you. So I would advise that you don't go that. Ensure that you try as much as you can to build organic followership. It will help you the more. So that when you start earning, it will even help your earning even the more. So that's just, I would not advise you use VPN. So blessings. Thank you so much. Mr. Impact, please. God bless you.
Hi, God bless you, my brother. Thank you so much, everyone. God bless you, um, Mr. Samson, the Ecclesia Global. Thank you. I believe tonight was powerful. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Mr. Samson, it's a great privilege having you. We are so, so grateful for having you here. Thank you so much. And our prayer is that God will strengthen you, perfect all that concerns you, and bless your family and everything that concerns you in the name of Jesus. Indeed, it's a great privilege having you here, and we are so grateful. Please, on the comment section, can we give Mr. Sampson a thank you message? And please, those of us on the WhatsApp group, I want you after now go there and put up a feedback how the class went so that other persons can know that they are missing a lot. Please just share
Please,
over
if
the
you
group.
love me, try as much as you can to put a feedback back in the group. Try
Please
as
put
much
a
as you can
feedback.
to leave a feedback. And I'll be following all your feedback, and I'll be
Okay,
replying. Thank you
okay.
so much.
Thank you so much, man of God. God bless you. Thank you, everyone. Please, this class, we are going to stretch it by God's grace. We are going to stretch this class till next month. And we want all our instructors to teach us very well. And um, the ride is long, and we trust God that we'll deliver everything that is needed. If you have a question and we've not answered it, you can drop it on the group. We'll answer it, please. Thank you so much, everyone. Do well to have a great night. Thank you, and God bless you.